Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first I'm Always Last game show, where Hurdon and Carbon will be hosting a game show for Amp and Caboose. Carbon, would you like to run down the idea of what we're doing here?
So basically, we're going to ask them some some are simple, some are more complex, true or false questions. Simple as that. They just have to answer true or answer false, whatever they think the answer is going to be. And then we will tell them what the answer is and a little factoid behind it. This should be interesting.
And we'll see who wins.
Yep.
Shall we introduce Amp and Caboose?
Sure.
Nah.
Contestant 1, Caboose.
Mark not.
Contestant 2, Amp.
I was gonna say, you forget my fucking name or something here?
Contestant 2, Dakota.
Who that?
Congratulations, you
That
brought
you.
out the fucking East Coast in him. Good fucking job. Now we're
It only took a minute.
They're trying their damnedest to ruin this already, aren't they?
Well, didn't we expect that?
Yeah.
I was gonna
pretty
say,
much.
you did this to yourself.
It's kind of my thing.
So
What is
basically,
shooting myself in the foot for 500.
this is not Jeopardy. All right, so we've designed
I would like
these
to spin
lists
the
of
wheel.
things, and you will give either a true or false answer, and then you can give your explanation once both of you had answered the question, and then Justin will give you a factoid, and then you have free reign to explain why you knew that or why you thought that.
I
All
have
right.
one quick question. Where's my Plinko
Still not
chip?
Jeopardy. This is not The Price is Right either.
Do I have to answer in a who is format?
Nope.
You can
just
answer
true.
in whatever format
false.
your hooker says.
Welcome to
That's it.
I'm Always Last, where the questions are made up and the answers are false.
And everything's in the form of a question, apparently.
And
Okay.
if we do a hoedown, I'll slip my fucking wrist.
Yeah, so will I.
There will be no hoedowns. And stay away from 10th Street.
Hallelujah.
All right. So, number 1 on the list is true or false. Netflix came before Google. Caboose, you are on point.
I'm gonna go with false, and I was told to not say anything afterwards.
That's correct. As far as correct and not saying anything, I didn't say that was correct, so Amp.
False.
All right, so you both
All right.
answer false. Anyone want to explain why?
Yes, sir.
What? Why?
Hasn't Google been around since like 2002 or some shit
80s.
like that?
2002.
Like in the
80s.
capacity in the capacity that we know Google in, hasn't it been around?
I was
since,
still in high school.
like 2002.
Amp.
I barely had
When
internet
do you think
then.
Google was around Netflix?
Pretty sure Google started in, the 80s, I think, and Netflix started late 90s, I think, or early 2000s.
I
I'll
do
give you
know-
credit. You got part of that right.
Yeah.
I do know Netflix used to strictly be a rental service. It was a digital rental
is true.
service, and they would send your DVDs or
Yep.
VHSs.
I remember when they
Early enough.
fucking murdered Blockbuster, dickheads.
All right. so the
Blockbuster.
correct answer.
Believe it or not, real quick fact, quick Caboose fact. Netflix had the Blockbuster had the opportunity to buy out Netflix, and they thought it wasn't going to take off. So
Drop the
technically
ball on
Blockbuster-
that one.
Yeah, they shot themselves in the foot.
And now
Hey,
back
it came
up.
back full
somebody
circle.
who there's somebody who was able to buy Apple too at some point, and they decided not to. I can't remember who it was, but yeah. All right, so the correct
right.
answer is actually true. Netflix was 1997. Google was 1998.
Thought so. Oh, fuck.
So what you're telling me is I'm 1 year older than Netflix.
Yes.
I guess so.
Fuck, and I'm 1 year younger than Netflix.
Yes. You're the
I'm
same age
still a
as
lot
Google.
older than both of them.
So you're Google
I
years
am
old.
Google.
Yep. All right, Hurdon.
All
Second
right.
question.
All right, question number 2 for you. Remember, true, false,
together.
then you can have your explanations afterwards, after both of you have answered. Coca-Cola was inspired by a wine. Amp.
False.
Caboose.
It sounds too stupid, so I'm gonna go with true.
All right. Any reasonings?
It
Specifically
just
for
sounds
Caboose?
too stupid.
Just too stupid.
Yeah.
Too stupid to not be true.
Amp. Why'd you say false?
I think I'm getting it mixed up with another soda or a cola, but I think it was
Royal
supposed to be
Cola?
what Gatorade ended up turning out to be. I feel like that's what it was, but I'm thinking I'm wrong there. I feel like there was something along the lines of it, like the precursors to it.
Carbon, hit me with the truth.
All right. So it's actually true. Coca-Cola was inspired by a wine.
And then they put
Cola
Coke in it.
Coca. It was Cola Coca was a French Corsican coca where wine. Okay, I butchered that one. Cola Coca was a French Corsican coca wine that was bought out by the Coca-Cola Company eventually in 1953. But back in the 80s, or 1800s, it was actually inspired by the wine. With a very
Can we
similar name to
deduct
it.
10 points from the host, please?
You shut up.
Which host?
Who do you think?
The one that fucked up.
So I'm
I'll
still
edit
at
it
0.
out.
You're still at no, so you're good.
You can go back and
All right,
re-record
Hurdon, on
it.
the next question. You shut up.
All right. So,
Contestants are quiet now.
Florida. Okay, here we go. This is question number 3. Caboose, you'll be going first on this one. True or false? Florida is the closest United States state to Africa.
I'm gonna go with false.
Amp.
Fuck it, I'm gonna go false.
So you think Florida is not the closest U.S. state to Africa? That's
Weren't
what
we
you guys are both
supposed to
saying?
explain? Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting for.
That's a point for both of you. It's Maine. Yep.
So the reason why I was thinking about it is because when you look at the map, everything's just kind of equalized, which is why Canada doesn't look that much bigger than the U.S. when in actuality. So I was also thinking,
Good old
we're
Kenyatta.
on a
Fucking
tilt.
flat earthers don't understand a globe.
Yep.
What's Australia?
Yep. Maine is actually
doesn't
the closest
exist.
What's a
US
globe?
state to Africa.
Yep, Maine. Closest to Africa.
All right. Next question.
Yeah, so well done on that one, both of you.
Yep. Both got it.
I used my
I
brain.
think you're seeing through our fog here. So the next one is
I hit a couple rocks.
all right, true or false?
I hit a deer.
Amp, you're going first this time. South Koreans refuse to sleep with a fan on at night.
You know what? Fuck it. It's true.
I like the fuck it mentality.
I'm actually going to say it's true because I have reasoning behind it.
What's your reasoning?
So originally here in the U.S., when fans were, becoming a more regular thing for a household, it was an old wives' tale that the air in the room when you sleep got sucked out and you would suffocate and die.
You're very close.
Or at least something along those lines. I just remember
is-
fan on, night, die.
Wait. You mean they don't strictly believe about the shit hitting the fan mentality and all that, so they're afraid if they leave a fan on, shit's actually gonna hit it in their sleep?
That's surprisingly closer.
What?
So
I would like to
Basically
buy
what happened
bullshit
was
for
the media.
$10, Alex.
No, that's what happens in their sleep.
basically what happened was the media intervened And there was a wise tale that said that it caused respiration illnesses, specifically with the elderly. And the media kind of pushed it, kind of like, the U.S. media does with various problems. And
Everything.
so, yeah, that was definitely an old wise tale. This was very close on that one. Amp, slightly closer, even though he was joking.
With the shit hitting the fan. Yep. Respiration
shit, it was
illnesses.
Vi-
Man,
viruses
pink eye
or
everywhere,
bacteria,
even though that's not
rather.
a respiration problem.
Isn't respiration breathing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
But
good.
trust me, if you got a bunch of shit around you, you're going to have some respiration problems.
It ain't that bad.
So technically, I was
Okay.
closer.
Yeah, but you
It just
both
makes
got it
your
right, so
lungs
it's
grow,
okay.
right?
You both got it right.
That's what manure does. It just helps things grow. Just help your
All right.
lungs grow some.
On to the fifth question.
Fifth question. Nintendo, the video game corporation, obviously, originated as a Domino's company in 1889. And Caboose, you're up first.
I'm going with true.
Yep.
Can I get a reread and a clarification? Is that a thing? or
Can
no?
you use it in a
Nin-
sentence?
Yes, I've played Nintendo before.
At least just read it.
Nintendo originated as a Domino's company in 1889.
I'm gonna go true.
So this fact, I actually know because I'm a fucking nerd.
Same here.
Okay.
I blame Twitter.
So you both said true, correct?
Yes.
Amp,
Clarifying?
what's your reasoning, real
Is there-
quick, since Caboose has given his? Because Caboose
I
already
just
knows
remember
it.
reading a bunch of it on Twitter.
Okay.
I watch documentaries because
Hit me
I'm a
with it,
fucking
Justin.
nerd.
Documentaries, huh?
All right. So
Yes.
this statement is actually false.
He reads documentaries.
Only
Bullshit.
part of it is true.
Yeah,
Now, while Nintendo, yes, did originate in 1889, it was not a Domino's company. It was a card game company.
Fuck.
They made both. I remember that.
Bingo bango.
They may
Playing
have
cards.
originally made Domino's at some point, but it was not in 1889.
When the company
They
was
made
founded.
fucking
That's not what they
mahjong.
started with. Yeah, but that's not what they started with.
Yeah, that's also not Domino's.
Yeah,
It's a
little
domino. It's a domino-shaped
No, it's not.
object
Dominoes
made of
have
a similar
fucking dots
material.
on it.
It can technically be considered
so-
a fucking domino.
Justin, this
Just
couldn't have
because
worked
a
out better.
tire and a condom are similar doesn't mean it's the same fucking thing.
You know what? I could be such a fucking asshole right now, but I'm not going to because this is episode 1. I want to be somewhat professional.
All right,
All
this
right,
one's
so real quick, an
yeah,
update.
professional's out the window.
A real quick update. Currently, we're sitting at 3 points for Caboose and 2 points for Amp. So we are halfway through
That's
this
correct. The 8th president of the United States was the first natural-born American president. In other words, he wasn't British.
I was gonna say
was
natural
born on the
burn
land,
or born. What?
Burn, huh?
Born in America
He was.
and president.
I went southern there for it.
I'll
Born
go true.
in America after 1776, after U.S. was actually a country.
Oh wait, 776.
Do you think it was the 8th president? True or false?
I'll go true.
I'll go the other way and say false.
Okay. Any reasonings, or is it just kind of guesses at this point?
Just kind of guesses at this point.
Half guess.
What's your other half?
'Cause I think
What's the half reality? Really? I don't know.
Reality? Are we selling shit
Really?
now?
I don't know.
You guys want to buy some Coke?
We've already been through Coke. Shut up.
Where the fuck do you think I got it
I'm
all?
selling the other kind. I mean, what?
Amp, did you have any
Oh, good
reasoning?
God.
Nah,
Okay.
I'm taking a shot in the dark, basically.
All right. So the
Fuck
correct answer is true. Martin Van Buren was born in 1782 in Kinderhook, New York. He was in office from 1837 to 1841.
Ew, a New Yorker.
The rest of them were all born some fucking where over in the United Kingdom.
In the Queensland?
Somewhere.
So So, Amp, you said
Over
true.
the
Who said false?
pond.
Eat.
All right.
Okay, cold water boils faster than hot water.
True.
False.
Reasoning?
I actually cook, and it seems like it goes faster.
I remember watching Good Eats and them saying it takes longer. Although hot water doesn't take less time. It takes less time than cold water, but it takes the same amount of time as room temperature.
I just cranked
Thank
that
you,
bitch
Alton
on.
Brown,
I
for
just,
all of the knowledge.
I just
This
cranked
is
that
like
bitch on high. Let
water,
her rip.
boil.
Yeah,
I
pretty
feel like
much.
they're overthinking this in a really odd way.
What do you mean?
Amp.
Fill
Amp is
pot with
actually
water,
the
put the
closest.
bitch on there, crank it on high, and call it a day.
The answer is false. People assume that because hot water can freeze faster than cold water, that cold water boils faster, but that actually doesn't.
I
Seems to
watched
be
a lot
about
of the
the same
Food
to me.
Network growing up, and a lot of Good Eats,
Amp is a chef.
and I learned a lot. I was going
Is
to
that
be
what
at
we've
one
come
point.
to the conclusion of? Amp's a good chef.
But I'm a
I
better
didn't say
cook.
good. I just said he's a chef.
All right, so
He's a chef.
The
I'm
next
a better
one-
cook.
The next one's
Serving
gonna,
up hot piles of bullshit.
All right, so
Throw
the
in the
next
fan.
one's gonna require a little bit of concentration on this one because this is a little long. Okay, the
We're looking
amount.
at juice containers.
My ADD is already killing
if you
me.
want to. Okay, the amount of calories your body gets from eating celery is the exact same amount as how much your body burns by eating it.
Amp, you're up first.
Who goes? That was me. True.
I'm gonna go with true as well.
Shit's
Isn't
mostly water.
yeah? I was gonna say, isn't it like fucking lettuce? It's just mostly water.
Well, you're both wrong. It's false.
Of course.
Go fuck
The human
yourself.
body actually burns more calories digesting celery than it does intake from celery.
So what you're telling
I
me
stick by
is
my
that
answer
all the
that it's
people that
mostly
try to be
fucking water.
healthy are actually idiots.
Need to
if they
eat a
don't
lot of
actually
celery.
Maintain weight. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. It has absolutely next to no caloric value whatsoever. Okay,
Question 9.
next up. Copper is the best conductor of electricity.
Caboose.
You say copper?
Copper is the best conductor of electricity.
Gonna go with true.
Amp.
Gonna go true as well.
Any reasoning?
There's a reason why we have copper coils. Unless
Yeah,
unless water
all-
somehow comes in this category because fucking electricity goes through water.
We should
like a
clarify it's
motherfucker.
all metallic. It's the most
Yeah,
metallic.
all metal. All
Okay.
metal.
Okay, so yeah, no, I'm gonna stick to my guns then on
I
that one.
don't think water is anyways, but still.
Okay, and I'm just going to interject here. And both of you are wrong, and there's a reason why. Money.
Your logic is there. Your reasoning is there. But in reality, it's actually silver. The reason they do not use silver is because copper is cheaper and gold has a much higher corrosion resistance, which is why they use copper and gold more than they do silver. Plus, silver's more expensive. Well, I did say that. So.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, there's actually gold inside your phone. So if you collect enough phones, you can actually go legitimately gold digging and get a nice little chunk out of it.
And
you
yet,
go.
crackheads strip all old houses of copper.
Yeah.
Since you did bring up
Copper
water,
isn't-
random fun fact: water is actually not conductive to electricity. It is the salt that is in water that is.
Woo!
Well, if water would
Just
stop
throw it
being
all
so
back.
goddamn salty,
Yeah.
it'd be fine.
Well, it would
I
help
need
if
to
you'd
stop
stop
living next
pissing
to
it
the
off.
river, huh?
Both you and Hurdon. There's a reason why you guys get storms all the damn time. You guys are a bunch
Hey,
of
I
assholes.
can't stop this.
You can't stop. It's fuck me. You can't stop the storm. You can't stop it, guys.
Alrighty.
All right,
So,
Amp, I believe you're up. Amp, I believe you're up next.
God bless the
Yep,
rain.
this is the
Y'all
final
are
question.
doing really,
10.
really well right now at 3 points to 4 points. Am I correct on that?
Yep, Caboose has 3. Amp has 4. We're going to
Okay.
the final question. Possible tie here.
Possible tie. Vikings put horns on their helmets to instill fear into their enemies.
True or false?
Amp. Turn Google off.
No, I'm thinking.
Tick. Tock.
Fuck.
Would you like it reread?
Fuck it. False.
Talk. Okay. Fuck, I was gonna go with false too, but I want there to actually be a chance, so I'm gonna go with true.
Alright, so apart from Caboose's weird reasoning, Amp, what's your reasoning?
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Okay.
Fuck it.
That's a good
My
way
answer
to
was
think.
I
gonna
didn't
be-
learn a lot about Vikings.
I do want to say
so-
this. My answer was going to be false, but Amp picked false, so I want there to be a chance of a tiebreaker.
You probably should have picked false.
Yep, because it was false.
Damn it! I risked
They
it
were
for the
actually
biscuit.
designed. They were actually designed by a costume designer for a 19th century opera. Vikings never wore horned helmets.
So, right now we've got Caboose sitting at 3 points and Amp sitting at 5. Amp, you're looking real nice right now.
Can I get half a
That's a
point
first.
because I actually would have chosen false?
No.
Sure, I'll
But
give
you
you
do
that.
have
I'll
a
give it
redemption.
to you.
I did
I'll
state.
give it to
I
ya.
did
You're
state.
gonna give him the
There's
half. You're
specific
gonna give him the
reasons
half.
why. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like that's necessary at this point.
So, what we're gonna do?
We have a surprise for you.
No,
Yeah.
fuck.
We have a bonus round.
Double
2
Jeopardy?
points to the one who gets the
One
answer.
question.
The closest. So, this will be interesting because that could actually
All right.
put Caboose in the lead. If he gets it
It
closer.
could.
And Amp does not.
Man, there's so many things I should have got a half point for, but no. Pikachu
The
all
half
of a sudden
point
get a
really
half
didn't matter.
point.
Trust me.
So
Just to make things
here's what we're gonna do. You remember that question earlier about Florida and Maine being closer to Africa?
You mean Maine being closer to Africa?
Okay, you remember which one. Good. Okay.
Yep, but before we
so
get there, hold on. Forget something.
Message from our sponsors?
we need to talk
Actually,
about
yeah.
our sponsors.
We have a message from our sponsors.
I'm Always Last Pharmaceuticals has managed to extract a high-powered energy producer from the nectar plants scattered around the world and turn it into an extremely tasty energy drink. Introducing Nectar Juice. Benefits include, this new drink gives you the ability to become Usain Bolt and run at lightning speed. Effects only last temporarily. You're never gonna catch me! The ability to get to your injured survivors faster than ever. And allow better self-defense through increased thinking skills, speed, and strength. And if all else fails, stab them and use your speed boost.
Get your hands off me, damn dirty ape!
Side effects may cause increased blood loss, sudden ability to communicate with birds, inability to focus, blurred vision, insatiable taste for fingers, hallucination, hoarse voice, sensitivity to brightness, inability to judge self-strength, and increased desire to camp the hook. Results may vary. Call 555-555-0199 to order nectar juice right now for the low, low price of only $29.99. Okay, so Amp and Caboose will be now participating in the bonus round where even though Caboose randomly got a half a point there, he still has a chance to win.
Y'all smell that?
This is
You smell it? I smell some
It's salt.
bullshit.
No, it's salt.
This is the plan from the beginning, and to be honest, y'all didn't get but fuck it, y'all got less than half of them right. So shut up. The bonus round. All right, you remember the main Florida question? You shut up. I'm the host.
That's why.
Somebody
you
turn
raised
his
my
microphone off.
ass. No,
How-
don't take it away.
How many miles
Pipe bomb.
closer? Would you shut up? I sound like Ryan now. Stop. How many miles closer is Maine to Africa than Florida is to Africa? The closest person wins.
All right, so yeah, you're gonna give the answer in
Literally,
number
the
of miles.
closest person wins.
How many miles? So yeah, how many miles do you think that? Jeez. How many miles do you?
How many
think
miles closer?
that Maine is closer to, or is to Africa, compared to Florida to Africa? What's the difference?
Can you say that one more time?
Oh,
How many miles closer?
What's the difference between Maine and Africa versus Florida and Africa?
So we're doing it between Maine and Florida, is what I'm hearing.
No.
Right?
Technically,
basically.
yes.
well,
Thank you.
not the distance.
Which
from
one's
Maine to
closer and what's the
Florida.
distance?
Okay, so you have the distance
Africa.
between Maine and Africa. Then you have the distance between Florida and Africa. What is the difference between
And what the
that
difference is
number?
between those two.
Yeah, those two distances.
Right. I didn't think this would be this complicated.
Apparently it is. We suck at hosts.
200.
Okay. Amp,
Amp?
what is your mileage?
1,200.
1,200. All right.
Well, we didn't really discuss this whole Price is Right scenario, did we?
Did we do what I think
went
we
right
just
to
did?
that.
We
Amp
said
went
whoever's
over
closer.
and Caboose was
We never
Caboose was under.
specified going over or going
Yeah.
under or anything like that, so
Yeah.
we'll just stick with whoever's closer.
Yeah.
Oh, for a sec there, I thought we somehow got that like dead nuts middle,
No.
so it didn't go.
Oh no, you're not even
Random.
close.
I go with
Number
1
there.
mile.
All right, so the correct answer was 931 miles. Florida is 4,085 miles away, Palm Beach, and Maine is 3,154 miles. I don't know how you pronounce it. Cody Headlight.
Hey, don't talk about me.
Check your headlight fluid, would you?
It's actually called Headlight because it's a lighthouse, but they call it Headlight.
It literally is.
Yep.
All right, so Amp comes out there with 2 more points. So that gives Amp 7 and Caboose 3.5.
Seems to be about right. That I would have half.
All
Let's
right.
be honest, it's me.
So I hope everyone enjoyed our inaugural episode of The Men, the Myths, and the Morons. I'm Hurdon.
I'm Carbon.
I am Mark Nutt.
You know, I'd like to just take a moment to thank my sponsor, Vaseline. Even, when it's bad, they're still there with me.
Apparently, Amp gets a
Why?
sponsor, but we don't.